For some reason, breaks are looked down upon in today's world. If you tell someone you take breaks during your workday, they might be telling you, oh, you're not going to be as successful as me because I work 24/7. But this is one of the negative things that grind culture has promoted. It has promoted this idea that you need to be working all day, every day, and that taking a break is in fact negative because that means less time to do the work. But this is not true, especially in the pursuit of wanting to be successful. The value of a break is even higher. It's even higher because taking a break gives your mind and your body time to recuperate, time to be even more creative, have more energy during your deep work sessions. And all these people working 24/7, burnout is imminent for them, right? This is one of the negative things about grind culture. Yeah, you can work all day, every day. You're not going to be as productive as the person who generally knows how to take breaks. And even worse, you're going to have a burnout very soon. And that burnout is going to cost you many days of lost work. There's also some form of guilt surrounding breaks. And I know I had this in the past before I was introduced to this idea that breaks are in fact good for you. I had a lot of guilt about taking time off, but it's most likely because I wasn't taking breaks correctly. And I know you aren't. You most likely aren't taking breaks correctly. And that's why I made this video, to really teach you how to take breaks, because it's something not really taught. So let's talk about the rules of breaks. First of all, duration. How long should your breaks be? The answer is you decide, but for me, I'll tell you what works for me. I take a break every 90 minutes of deep work. So I get into a deep work session. It's either 60 to 90 minutes usually, more likely to be 90 minutes. And then I take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes to do what I'm about to teach you very soon in this video. And when I eat lunch in the middle of the day, I take more than 15 minutes. I take 30 minutes to eat my food and be conscious with it. And we're going to talk about that as well. The next rule of taking breaks, before we talk about what you should do in your breaks, is you must schedule them in, right? If you don't schedule your breaks in, just like anything else, it just doesn't get done. You just fill out the whole day to whatever other thing you need to do, like doing your homework or studying or working on this project. You'll never find time to take a break. But when you consciously put it in, you schedule that 5, 10, 15 minutes, that's when you actually do it. And I'm speaking from personal experience. Whenever I don't schedule my breaks in, or anything in fact, I just don't do it. It's harder for me to do it. So be conscious of your breaks. That's kind of the prerequisite before we get into the next section. Now that you understand the prerequisites for taking breaks, you understand the duration of them, you understand that you must schedule them in, now we're ready to fill you in onto what you actually do during these breaks. So the first easy win, the first easy thing that you can do, you have that 15 minutes after your deep work session, is hydrate. It's so underrated, and this is the perfect time to maybe walk and fill up your water bottle and drink more. But it's the perfect time also to instantly feel better, right? The second you drink more water, you feel better. You feel more hydrated. It's important to be more focused in your deep work sessions. We as men, we need 3.7 liters of water every single day. That's 15 and a half cups of water. It's a lot of water. And sometimes when you're working, you get distracted. You don't think about drinking. When you're doing your breaks, this is the perfect time to hydrate and just feel a boost of energy as you drink your water. So it's an easy win and something you can incorporate. So we talked about hydrating. The next best thing you can do is put your eyes outside. So stop looking at your computer and actually look outside your window at something that's far away in the distance. Look at the nature, look at the trees, maybe spot a bird that you see in the distance, look at a plane, but anything to keep your eyes further away from your computer, from the screen, and into nature, into calmness, into being more present. This practice is valuable for two reasons. So number one is whenever you do that, whenever you put your focus onto nature, onto trees, onto birds, you feel more calm, you feel more at ease. And honestly, what it does is it gives your mind time to think. It gives your mind time to stop, to recuperate, to energize, right? We're always so distracted, maybe on the computer all day working. We don't have time to take that breath, to be conscious with nature, with what's happening outside. So if you can get outside, that's even better. But for most of us, what's doable and easy is to just look outside. Take that second to be present with it. As you do that, you will feel more energized. You will feel a calmer body, a calmer mind. And most importantly, try to focus on your breath. try to combine this with breath work. Breathe slowly and try to be conscious with your breath, right? Because when you're working, you don't have time. You're taking shallow breaths. You're taking weird fucking breaths. Now is the time to take deep breaths. The time to be conscious and present of your breath. Another great reason why this practice is great is because it helps minimize eye strain. You know that when you're on the computer all day and you don't look outside and you don't take breaks, it just hurts your eyes. So it's a great benefit. Another great practice you can do during your deep work sessions is stretching. Stretching, or my favorite, doing yoga. I know maybe not a lot of people talk about this, but yoga is underrated because yoga combines stretching and moving your body with conscious breath work and just being more present in your body. And that's why I love yoga, because it's a great mind and body practice. And you don't really have to do much. You just go on YouTube, search up for a 5, 10, 15 minute yoga or stretching video, whatever you want. Just play it, get a mat and do it. You don't have to think. You don't have to overthink what I do. Just find a video, bro. It's not that hard. But it's so powerful because it puts you kind of outside of work thoughts, into your body, into your mind. And you find that through these practices, you just feel better when you come back to your work, especially stretching, especially moving your body. Because during the day, we sit so much and our bodies are not meant to sit. They're not meant to sit for such a prolonged time. They say sitting is the new smoking, and it's true because you're not moving your body, you're not stretching. So find time to stretch throughout the day or do yoga as I recommend, and you will feel so much better coming back to your deep work sessions. Another thing you can and should do for your breaks is eating. So for example, for your lunch break, you should eat, obviously. But I want to talk about something else they need, a practice they need to incorporate in your eating that will drastically change your life. No one is doing this, and the people who are doing this are finding it applicable in other areas in their life, such as their deep work sessions. It's this practice of conscious eating, something that most of us don't do. Most people think about the average Joe. They eat food and they're watching a video as they're eating food, or they're on their phone on Instagram, on TikTok, scrolling, or they're doing something else to distract themselves from the food. But when you think why, right? Why? The guy might tell you, this Joe guy might tell you, oh, it's because I want to be productive, right? But you know that's not the reason. The reason why people multitask while they're eating is because they're bored, because they need that stimuli throughout the day. And they can't just eat consciously. They need that stimuli. They need to be doing something else to have some more dopamine, right? As they're eating. So I want you to start eating consciously. When you're taking a lunch break, for example, a 30-minute lunch break, I want you to challenge yourself and try to eat more consciously. Do not use your phone. Do not go on your computer. Just have it be you, the food, and try to actually, for the first time in 10 years, try to actually taste the food, to think, oh, what does this taste like? Oh, that's an interesting flavor. That will change your life. It's almost like a mini meditation. And you do this every single day. This will apply in every single aspect of your life. If you don't believe me, try it yourself. It's like adding another meditation in your day. And how does this translate to other areas of your life, right? You're wondering this question. It trains your mind to not seek pleasure all the time, to seek dopamine, to seek Instagram, right? It trains your mind to be fine with boredom. Because the truth is, it is boring to just eat your food and not scroll or do anything. But that's why it's a challenge. That's why most people are not ready for this challenge. And if you do it, if you do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it, if you do the hard work that most people are not willing to do, you will have and get the results that most people do not have. And as I'm saying, it'll translate to your work, right? You'll feel more at ease working and not needing distractions every single second. You'll feel more at ease not thinking, oh, do I check my phone now? It is so powerful and it'll help you in your life. And it's one of the things people just don't speak about often. So obviously at first it'll be hard, right? If you've never just eaten for 20, 30 minutes without a computer, without your phone, it's hard. You're going to have those urges to scroll or take your phone. But be conscious with those urges, just like any other urges, and see how they kind of dissipate over time. And you'll be feeling so much better that you've practiced this. So the last thing you can do during your breaks is meditate or do breath work. Meditation and breath work are especially important and critical throughout your work, right? Throughout your deep work sessions. Because especially as things get stressful, meditation and breath work, they help to ground you. They help to keep you focused. peaceful, just feeling at ease, calm down during a stressful day, especially. So I do this, especially when I have a busy day. I take some time and I take another meditation because I meditate in the morning. So let's say it's during the day, I will meditate again just to be more calm, at ease, take my mind off of work and into my body. So for meditation, I use Balance app. I've mentioned it numerous times and I'll continue to mention it because it's my favorite app. And what is breathwork? Breathwork is the art of focusing on your breath and thus becoming more conscious, more present, and more focused. It's just conscious breathing, and there's an app for it. It's a great app, and I pick whenever I'm stressed or whenever I lose focus. I pick a 5-minute session specifically for focus. I just do it. I feel instantly better. Again, it's one of those practices which kind of puts you out of your thoughts and into your body, into your breathing, into presence. Another bonus one that I just thought about that I do often as well is walking, right? Going on short walks, 10 minutes, 15-minute walk. Walks are not just great for moving your body, but they're also great for your mind. You instantly feel better when you take a walk, especially if you're stressed at work, especially if you've just taken a long deep work session, like a 90-minute deep work session, or even if you're stuck on some work problem, right? You're stuck on something, trying to fix a problem. Throughout history, people document this, that whenever they went on walks, they got their best ideas. They got their best ideas for businesses, for inventions, etc. on long walks with nature, with just being present. So now you have a lot to work with, right? You have a lot of ideas on what you can do that will actually energize you and make your day and deep work sessions so much more productive. Now, the idea here is that you don't do everything in one break. You combine them, or you do just one, or you alternate, or decide what works for you, what you don't want. You don't want to meditate? You don't have to. These are just ideas, things you can do. You can take a walk on one break, or you can just hydrate and look out the window and be present, breathing, and calm with what you see. You choose, it's your life, but I just want to give you more things to work with. And also open your eyes that breaks are good and they're important. They're vital. Before I end this video, think about what I didn't mention, right? I didn't mention to check your phone. I didn't mention to go on your computer even more and maybe check your emails. I didn't say that. And the reason why I didn't say that is because these are things that de-energize you. These are the things like going on your phone and playing the phone lottery of not knowing what you're going to open, what notification you're going to open next. That fucks up with your mind and makes your deep work sessions even worse, makes you lose focus, makes you lose that presence that you had previously. This is what I used to do. I used to check my phone every single time I finished a deep work session. And that's why I thought to myself, oh yeah, breaks are ineffective. And that's why you might think too, like, breaks suck. Why do you take breaks? Just keep on working. Because every time I took a break, I didn't know how to actually take breaks like I taught you today. I went on my phone, I went on my computer, I lost that focus, that presence. Checking your phone during breaks makes you reactive. It makes you lose control. You can control if you go on a walk. You can control taking that meditation session, but you don't control what you're going to see next on your phone. You can get a notification about some bad news or just a text from some friend that just gets in the back of your mind the whole day and ruins your focus and doesn't energize your deep work sessions. So brother, use the habits and practices that I taught you today to fuel your deep work sessions, and don't become like one of those people who think to themselves, oh yeah, I don't need breaks suck. Learn to use breaks to your advantage because they are valuable. You will outcompete your competition, the same competition that just decides to work all day and then burns himself out. So you choose. You don't have to listen to this, but it works for me. I'm sure it'll work for a lot of you. I hope this video helped you. I'll see you next time. Peace.